Hi everyone, back with my favourite machine, the 502. Electrolux is pretty, so it was its finest upright, but it was certainly one of its most popular ones back from mid-70s through to about 1980. I've shown a few of my collection on the channel before, but recently I've just picked up a very, very early example, one from 1975. It dates from the 24th week, I believe. And I've restored it this weekend. I've given it a bath, I've stripped the motor, put it all back together again, and it runs very smoothly. So I just thought I'd do a little demo just to show you, and just to show you the differences as well between the very, very first version of it and a later one, just so you can hear the difference as well and things like that. So I'm just showing the manual at the moment, but I will move the camera and we can have a look at the differences. Gone straight to the underside of the cleaner because there's only really two main differences that I wanted to point out. The first one, if you notice on the sole plate, the suction channels are at the front. There's nothing at the side. Whereas if you've happened to have seen the advert that's on YouTube with that lady called Katie Holland, who I think her real name's Mary, but she was Katie when she advertised OXO, so we'll go with that. She points out in the advert that there's side suction channels. However, on this first iteration, there isn't. They're all at the front. So that would make your edge cleaning rather difficult. Unfortunately, when this machine came, because it came in the post, the motor casing was slightly broken. So I've had to replace it with a spare that I've got. But what I'll point out, if you can see down here, hoping the camera can pick that up because I can't see it, where we've got this little hook here, or hole for, it's from the moulding of later machines where you would have a spring like with the 504, so there'd be a pedal to alter the height. This, because it didn't have that, there was no bit of plastic there, there was no moulding with that hole on. It was just clear, but unfortunately it was broken, so I've had to put this one on. So if you want to see what one of these looks like with side suction channels, ta-da, here's one I've made earlier, and you should be able to see, hopefully, suction channel here, suction channel there. This one's my one with beta bars. Excuse the dirt, I don't live in a filth hole, but I have been using this, so it's got a bit of muck on it. And then back with this one, I'm just going to pause and lift the machine up, and we'll have a look at the other difference that I've noticed. Okay, so the machine's up right now, and you can see it there. It's all cleaned and all polished. What I want to point out to you is this, the sort of cable relief that comes out the side. Now, you'd expect that to have a bit of a, what's the word, like an angle on it, and it would point down. This one hasn't got that, it just comes straight out the side of the machine. So it does look a bit bizarre, but I've checked and that is correct, and it's not broken or anything, it's not frayed or failed, so I've kept it on there with its original cable. So if we compare it to this one, turn the machine around a bit better. There we go. Can you see how it comes out and then down? It's at an angle. Completely different to this one. So why they changed it, I suppose it makes more sense to have gravity cause less impact. But then I've seen a lot of these that have split here at the top, whereas this one, 50 years old, nearly 50 years old, it's not done too badly. This one, sorry, you can't see my finger. This one, the new one, the 1975 one, this is running all brushes in here because I haven't got any spare beta bars. In fact, the brush roll that it came with was fixed brushes. So you can't take them out, you have to replace the whole brush roll. I did try it with them in, they were so worn that it was making no difference on the floor. So fortunately, I've got one more spare brush roll, a genuine one. That was a used one, but I've put that in. with some new genuine brush strips, so it's doing all right. And then this one here that I got back in the autumn, that runs the brushes and the beta bar, so there's a difference in the noise. So give me a sec, I'll move the camera and then I'll just show you the differences. Okay, so they're lined up, ready to go. Beta bars, 1979 model here. Brushes, all brush, 1975 on this side. So we'll do the beta bar one first. And I think I might actually already have to change the belt because it does sound a bit grumbly, more than usual. But you get the picture, it's not too dissimilar. Okay, not too bad. And then here we go with the brushes. So smooth motors on both, different sound when the beater or the brush roll hits the carpet. Obviously this one's noisier because it's really beating in. This one you got all the brushes and it's still got a bit of agitation, but it's just working in a slightly different way. I've got a box of tools to go with this old one, and it's a woven hose and it's the one that came at the time. Surprisingly, it's about 99% airtight, so I'm delighted. Came in a little handy carry case, and it also is just specifically for the 502. So I believe there was a specific 504 tool set as well at the time, which I think had a suction control on the hose handle, which sounds a bit strange. I don't know why you would bother with these, because the motors aren't powerful enough to wreck your curtains or anything. But yeah, the hose is okay. It's a bit twisted up in the box, but it seems to work fine. Crevice tool, butterfly tool, one of these deluxe beauties, and a few spare bags. And here we go, I'll show you this. I think these were from the 70s, because that's 95p for those, wherever that's come from. I think there's some belts in there as well. These don't look genuine either. Where is it? No, that's the manual. Oh no, perhaps I've not got them. Oh no, the belts are in here, excuse me. Sorry, I'm not very organised, am I? Put those down. I love stuff like this because it's so from its time. So this is genuine Electrolux twin cleaner belt, and it says for model 500. 500, so that's like 1975 at the latest, early 75. 64p, brilliant. If only they were that now. If only you could get these now. Two in there. I don't know what state they're in. I mean, it is sealed, so potentially they might be usable, but the state of that machine, it was so dirty, it looked like it'd been on a farm. I had to give it a bath and everything and really go at it. But it's had a bit of a machine polish. It doesn't look too bad. You can't really tell in this light because it's so dark, but it does shine and sparkle. I have got a spare belt there, but you know when you rub against it, there's stuff coming off. That one also 64p on that register. And that says for a 500. But because that was open, the elements have got to it. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, you know that the 502 is my favourite upright. I mean, I know everyone says, "Oh, you're mad! It should be the 560 or twin turbos or whatever." I do quite like that 561, the blue twin turbo from the mid 80s. I will look out for one of those, but it's not on my I've got to have list. But yeah, the manual, it's weird. The manual is like the in-between bit because that's from 1977. So, where are we? Yeah, on the picture there, that has got the front suction channels. So it's strange because you'd have thought by 77 they'd be more like this side thing, and it just mentions I can't even speak, brush roller inserts, replacing those. Nothing about beta bar, but my 504 in that manual it does. The tools near enough match, though it looks like it's a cream whitish kind of handle, whereas that one's brown. But the tools and everything are the same, the accompanying. So yeah, it's nice to have this. It's nice to have a toolkit. It's nice to have such nice machines in my collection. I'll just give this a bit of a whiz round just so we can see it in use in a bit more detail. But yeah, I was hoping to bring you a 350e video this week. I've just picked one up at the weekend, took it to pieces, put it back together, and it doesn't work. So I don't know what I've connected up wrong, but that will be for another day. See if that can be saved. But yeah, if you bear with, I'll put this one through its paces. See that this hose, see this hose is so rigid because it's been in a box for God knows how long that it's kind of stuck. So when you pull it out, it pulls itself back together again. So I think I'm going to have to hang it over something to try and let it stretch out, because if I keep pulling on it and bending it, I'm a bit worried something's going to snap and it'll lose its what's the word? It's airtight capability. But we'll see. It's all right for now, but it's a bit stiff to use. There we are, just a quick go. I hope the lighting points out how nicely the carpet here, for example, has been groomed. You can't really tell in daylight on the camera, and I don't know if it's much better with this whole landing light on. But it's not a very high pile carpet, it's fairly flat, but it has brought a nice kind of pattern into it, which is really cool for a 50-year-old machine. But yeah, she's running beautifully. No kind of issues with the motor. I thought initially when I first tried it out that the spindle, because it is a bit worn, that it was making the belt veer to one side, but after a few initial squeaks it seems fine. I've run it without the plate on at the bottom and you can see it's fine, there's no issue there, so that was lucky. Yeah, I've got now 2 in this design with that little bit of moulding and 2 with the trim all the way to the bottom. Both styles, one with brushes only and one with beater bars. So I think that's enough for the 502 for now. I might be a little bit obsessed, but I do know when to restrain myself. Plus it's a bit of a faff actually taking them to bits and doing them up. So yeah, just wanted to show off this little beauty, and it will sit very nicely in my collection and see a bit of use from time to time. So I'll see you again soon. I've got some more things I want to film. The 350E won't be one of them, not unless I can get some help to fix it. But yeah, we'll be back soon.